Welcome to my channel. He wore a simple cloth, walked barefoot, and spoke softly. They called him Mahatma, the great soul. He's remembered as a man who toppled an empire without ever firing a bullet. But what if the real story of Gandhi is far more complex, more flawed, and more human than we've been told? Let's go back to where it began, October 2nd, 1869. A baby named Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi was born in Porbandar, India, to a well-off family. His father was a respected politician and his mother deeply religious. From her, Gandhi inherited strict beliefs, no meat, no violence, and absolute self-discipline. As a young man, he sailed to England to study law. He was shocked by the poverty he saw. "I thought only India suffered," he said. But the real awakening came later, in South Africa. Sent there for work, Gandhi encountered racial discrimination so brutal, it changed him forever. It was in South Africa where the quiet lawyer turned into a fighter for justice. He was thrown off trains, denied entry into places, insulted, beaten, jailed, not for committing crimes, but for existing. And yet, Gandhi didn't respond with rage. He called for satyagraha, truth force, a peaceful resistance powered by inner strength, a revolution without weapons. Back in India, that flame became a wildfire. Gandhi walked with salt workers, fasted with farmers, and stood alone against an empire. His message was powerful: freedom through peace. By the 1940s, he wasn't just a man, he was a symbol of hope, a quiet storm shaking the British crown. When World War II broke out, India was still under British rule. Indian soldiers, nearly 2.5 million of them, were sent to fight for the empire. 90,000 would die in a war that wasn't theirs. Gandhi had seen enough. After decades of peaceful rebellion, India finally broke free in 1947. Independence had arrived, and Gandhi had become a legend. But legends cast long shadows. The man who inspired millions also left behind questions that history doesn't always like to ask. During his time in South Africa, Gandhi wrote and spoke in ways that today sound shockingly racist. He referred to Africans as savages, pushed for segregated neighborhoods, and insisted that Indians were superior. In his own words, he argued that Indians and white Europeans were civilized, and that Africans were not. And his personal life? Even more complicated. Gandhi married at just 13. Though he later took a vow of celibacy, his so-called spiritual tests involved sleeping naked next to young women, including teenage girls and even his grandniece, claiming it was a way to test his control. He said it was pure. Critics say it was abuse. He wrote letters to Hitler, yes, that Hitler, calling him dear friend, asking him to stop the war, but never condemning him directly. Why? Because Gandhi despised British colonialism so much, he saw even Hitler as a lesser evil. He refused medicine for his dying wife, believing prayer would be enough. She passed away from bronchitis. Days later, when he fell ill, Gandhi accepted modern treatment. Even his stance on race hierarchy was troubling. He believed that whites and Indians were on the same level, but considered Africans to be on a lower rung. A belief that doesn't match the image of the great soul. So who was Mahatma Gandhi? A liberator? A spiritual teacher? A flawed human being? The answer is all of it. A man of contradictions. A fighter who preached peace. A leader who inspired nations. And a man whose views, by today's standards, would raise serious concern. History is not a statue carved from marble. It's a mirror, cracked, weathered, and honest. It doesn't ask us to cancel our heroes, but it dares us to see them fully. Gandhi changed the world. That's true. And maybe, just maybe, it's time we remember all truths. Thanks for watching. If you found this story eye-opening, subscribe for more honest history, the kind that reveals, not just reveres. Because only by seeing the full picture can we really understand the past.